the majority of this stuff is vocabulary. The math part of it is not that different. Okay, so a straight angle. A straight angle is an angle whose measure is 180 degrees. So the measure is 180 degrees. And then a right angle has a measure of 90 degrees. And that's indicated by a little box. So like if you have, something like this, angle 1 is 133. Now, I jumped ahead. So they're wanting us to find angle 3 first, which is this one right here. And it says angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. And vertical angles are equal. So that's really easy to figure out.
So if we just like straightened out the line,
Yeah. So their measures are equal. So if angle 1 is 133 degrees, guess what angle 3 is? That's opposite. 133 degrees. So that's easy to figure out. Now it tells us what we were just going back and talking to, that angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary angles because they are going to add up to be what? What is a supplementary? What does a supplementary add up to? 180. So if I know, because of the different vocabulary word, so if you go back to where supplementary angles are, it tells us two angles because they are a straight angle. It's a straight line. So if you go back and you look right here, this is a straight line. If you were to turn it and rotate it this way, you would see that it's a straight line. So you know that this is a straight angle, and two angles that are on the straight angle add up to, they're supplementary, so they add up to be 180 degrees. So I know that the measure of angle 1, which is 133, when I add it to the measure of angle 2, it's got to equal 180 degrees. And that is because the definition of supplementary angles. So now all I do here is substitute 133 for angle 1. Now, what plus 133 equals 180?
So 47.
47 degrees. So now I know what the measure of angle 1 is. I just found what the measure of angle 2 is. And I found the measure of angle 3 because they're the same. And guess what's true about 2 and 4?
They're the same.
They're the same. So if I found the measure of angle 2, because these are vertical angles, it makes them equal. Their measures are equal. Therefore, angle 4 is also 47 degrees. Oh, so I subtracted 133. So because the measure of angle 1 and the measure of angle 3 are vertical angles, they're the same. And the measure of angle 2 and the measure of angle 4 are the same. They're both 47. So we were able to find all 3 angles. Now if you turn the page, number 7 ends up being very easy.
Oh, okay.
Number 7 ends up being very easy. If this is a right angle, look, here's your first line right here. This is what? What kind of angle is this considered? A straight angle, which is how many degrees? 180. Okay? So that means that this angle plus this angle has to be 180. This little box right here tells us what? It's 90 degrees. So guess what this is going to be? 90 degrees. Guess what this is going to be? And guess what this is going to be? 90. So all of them are 90.
wait, so what was the other thing that you said? It was something like straight, then what did you say about?
If it's a straight angle, it adds up to be 180 degrees. Now, they don't tell us, these aren't right angles. Okay? They're giving us this, and they're asking us to find the measure of 9, 10, and 11. Well, 10 is going to be the easiest because 8 and 10 are vertical angles, and vertical angles are equal. So if this is 82, guess what 10 is going to be?
82.
It's also going to be 82. Now, if you look here, 11 and 9 are also vertical angles, so whatever 11 is, 9 is going to be that too. Now, if you look here, draw your little rainbow, because we're on this line right here. I'm looking at this line. You draw your little rainbow. This is a straight angle, so it has to add up to be 180 degrees. I know 82. I don't know what the rest of it is. So I've got to say 82 degrees plus what equals 180. So if 11 ends up being 98 degrees, guess different kinds of science. So this is like, I mean, we've done a little bit of arithmetic, we've done a little bit of algebra, and now this is geometry, so they're all kind of different.
And there was like, why didn't we do the little rainbow thing with the 10 and 11?
Oh, I mean, you can. If you see, 9 and 10 are going to have to add up to be 180 also. But if this is 98, this was 82, and it also added up to be.
So if it was, okay. Okay,
Now-
so it doesn't, because if they're like, if it's an X like that, they just go for the one that's either across or up. Okay, so I was thinking about the line,
Yeah,
like
'cause they're
11
all-
and 10 go together, 8 and
They all end up being a perfect circle, which a perfect circle is 360 degrees, which we haven't talked about yet, but we will. So if you go down to the next box, we've got angles and parallel lines. We're kind of doing the same thing that we were before. We're kind of stating what we already know. Okay, so if you look, angle 1 is going to correspond to angle 5. So angle 1 and angle 5 are equal. That makes angle 2 and angle 6 equal. Angle 3 and angle 7, angle 4 and angle 8. So it's just kind of a matching game.
wait, so angle what?
So the corresponding angles here, 1 is going to match 5, 2 is going to match 6, 3 is going to match 7, and 4 is going to match 8. So I'll write that up.
Why would,
Because they're on the, this indicates that these are the same. This is a straight angle here, and this is a straight angle here. So they're just, and those are parallel lines, so they're going to match. So the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 5. The measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 6. The measure of angle 3 equals the measure of angle 7. And then the measure of angle 4 equals the measure of angle, equals the measure of angle 8.
so it's like bottom.
Yeah, it's like top left to top left, top right to top right, bottom left to bottom left, bottom right to bottom right. So that's the corresponding angles. They match. Now alternate interior angles. So if you look here, the measure of angle 3, which is here, is also going to equal the opposite. So angle 3 and angle 2 are going to match, which means angle 3 and angle 6 are going to match. So the measure of angle 3 is also going to match the opposite of it. So this is the bottom left, right? And this is the top right. So the bottom left matches the top right. Equally so, the measure of angle 4, which is the bottom right, is going to match the top left. So the measure of angle 5. That's the alternate interior angles. Now you've got the alternate exterior angles. The measure of angle 1, right, because interior, these are on the inside, exterior, these are on the outside. But the measure of angle 1, so top left, is going to match bottom right. And equally so, bottom left is going to match top right, which is 2. So that's definitely going to be a reference that you need to keep, okay, because we haven't done anything like that before, so you're definitely going to have to refer to that, because the only way to answer these questions is to know about this right here. So example 3 is using the parallel lines. Use a diagram to find the measure of angle 8. Okay, and again, if you look over to the little box, there's more than one way to find it. There's more than one across